Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 4th grade concept of representing data. This is standard 4.9a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 6 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a list here, shows the number of books donated to a library on 14 days. And the library made this frequency table, and it is not complete. Okay, so that's helpful. We need to find out which row is incomplete, and it's just the 4 rows that are listed there in order: 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19. All right, so let's take a look at our data, and you know what? They were kind enough to go ahead and put them in order for us from 0 to 17. I was going to say that we need to do that first, but they went ahead and did that for us. So let's just list out our numbers here. Okay, so number of books, 0 to 4. Okay, so 0 to 4. I'm just going to list them out right here off to the side. So I've got 0, I've got 1, I've got 4, and I've got 4. Okay, so notice I've got 4 right there. Interesting, I've only got 3 tally marks showing, but I have 4 different numbers. So I'm thinking it might be this one, it might be that very first row, but let's look at the rest. I'm looking from 5 to 9, so that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 2 8s, and a 9. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, and I do have 5 tally marks. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. 10 to 14. It's just 2 12s. Okay, and then 15 to 19, so that looks good. I've got 16, 16, 17. Okay. Well, I mean, our initial thought was correct. Here's another way that we could have solved it, and maybe you solved it this different way, was to take a look at these chunks right here and find where the dividing points are, right? So we have a dividing point between 4 and 5, okay? So I'm going to put it after 4 and before 5 on my list. There is no 5, so just before the next number after 5. And look at these right here, between 9 and 10. Okay, so I'm going to put after 9, before 10. There's no 10, but the next number after 10. Same thing with 14 and 15. I don't have either of those. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. So the closest number to 14 without going over is 12. So I'll go between 12 and 16, and that's going to have to kind of be the as close as that between that line between 14 and 15. Now take a look what I just did. I just actually broke my list. Now this only works if the list is in order, which they did for us. But you notice how I just broke it up into 4 sections. Look at this first section right here. Goes with this first row. So I can just count that it needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. This section right here goes with the second row right here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. These 2 guys right here come to this third section. Just 2. And then you see how there's the last one. It comes all the way down here. And we've got the 3, 2, 3. So what we could do, if you didn't want to do what I did originally, is you could just use the line itself of numbers, as long as they are in order. And you could just match them up, right? So you see here's my 4, and that's my problem. I've only got 3. Here's my 5. My 5 looks good. Here's my 2. My 2 looks good. And here's my 3. My 3 looks good. So either method is going to work as long as you kind of keep things in order. You can figure out that our biggest problem is going to be that first row, 0 to 4. It is missing a tally mark. So our answer here is going to be F.